In the depths of human existence, we often find ourselves entangled in a chaotic blend of desires, emotions, and external forces that pull us in every direction, making it feel as though our lives are shaped entirely by what lies outside us. This whirlwind is not new. It has been part of the human condition for centuries. Yet, hidden within the ancient wisdom of Stoic philosophy is a guiding light, a powerful, transformative path that leads us back to the core of what we can truly control. Stoicism, practiced by emperors like Marcus Aurelius, former slaves like Epictetus, and philosophers like Seneca, reveals that while we may not have power over every event or person, we do possess the profound ability to control our thoughts, perceptions, and reactions. This distinction between what lies within our power and what is not is the foundation of Stoic resilience, empowering us to navigate life's adversities without being swept away by them. Through this inner control, the Stoics show us that true peace and strength come not from bending the world to our will, but from aligning our will with what life presents us. Welcome back to Quotes and Relax 95, where we bring the wisdom of the Stoic straight to you. These 10 Stoic principles we'll cover today are timeless, powerful, and simple to apply. Ready to turn your life around? Let's jump right in. Number 1. Accept what you cannot control. Marcus Aurelius' wisdom, crystallized in his timeless reminder, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength, speaks to a core Stoic principle that remains profoundly relevant. Rather than expending energy on factors outside our influence, such as other people's actions, unforeseen circumstances, or the ebb and flow of external situations, he urges us to redirect our focus inward. Our true peace is found not by attempting to control the uncontrollable, but by cultivating mastery over our responses. This shift in perspective empowers us to release the mental burden of external events, granting us greater clarity and calm. By letting go of the need to control what lies beyond our reach, we strengthen our inner world, finding resilience and calm amidst life's unpredictability. By anchoring ourselves in this inner mastery, we foster a resilience that shields us from the emotional turbulence that often accompanies external setbacks. When we detach from the illusion that our well-being is tethered to outcomes or others' behaviors, we discover a newfound freedom. This freedom empowers us to remain centered and composed, regardless of life's chaos. Marcus Aurelius' teaching reminds us that our reactions are our own, under our control, and that strength lies in choosing responses that align with our values rather than impulsive emotions. This philosophy not only cultivates mental fortitude, but also deepens self-awareness. When we focus on our responses rather than our circumstances, we actively engage in self-improvement, reinforcing patience, understanding, and discipline. Over time, this conscious practice creates a ripple effect, transforming how we approach challenges, relationships, and even how we perceive ourselves. In a world full of distractions and uncontrollable events, reclaiming the power over our minds anchors us, reminding us that true strength comes not from manipulating our surroundings, but from the peace we nurture within. Number 2. Embrace discomfort as your teacher. Epictetus, once a slave and later a revered philosopher, taught that our struggles are mirrors reflecting who we truly are. When he said, "Difficulties show men what they are," he emphasized that life's challenges are tests that unveil our character. Every hardship we face, from the discomfort of a cold shower to the tension of an uncomfortable conversation, is not an obstacle but a stepping stone for personal development. Avoiding these moments may seem like self-preservation, yet in reality, it is in these very trials that we cultivate resilience, patience, and wisdom. Embracing difficulties rather than fleeing from them becomes a transformative practice, training us to confront discomfort and emerge stronger and more self-aware. Through each struggle, we are given a chance to align closer with our potential, shaping ourselves into the person we are capable of becoming. By reframing our view of hardship, Epictetus shows us that discomfort is essential for growth. Every obstacle is an invitation to test and refine our inner strength. The Stoics believe that facing these training grounds prepares us for greater challenges ahead, cultivating a mental armor that strengthens our endurance, self-discipline, and control over our emotions. The cold shower, for instance, represents more than just physical discomfort. It's a practice in resilience, a choice to endure a small struggle voluntarily, which primes us to handle bigger adversities with poise. Similarly, the tough conversation we'd rather avoid teaches us the value of honest communication and the courage it takes to uphold our principles even when it's uncomfortable. Each trial is an opportunity to rise above momentary discomfort, reinforcing a mindset of perseverance and shaping us into individuals of character and fortitude. Epictetus' wisdom here is timeless. By facing our fears, we transform them into strengths, steadily evolving into our most resilient selves. Number 3, practice the art of negative visualization. Marcus Aurelius' words urge us to start each day with a clear-eyed view of life's inevitable challenges, preparing our minds for encounters with interference, ingratitude, and selfishness. Far from promoting a pessimistic outlook, this mindset is about building resilience and gratitude. By accepting that we will face difficult people and situations, we reduce the shock of encountering them, diminishing their power to destabilize our emotions. This practice, known as premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils, invites us to imagine losses, not to invite despair, but to appreciate what we have more fully. When we contemplate the possibility of losing loved ones, possessions, or our own health, we cultivate a deeper respect for them, allowing us to live with greater awareness and intention. Through this lens, Marcus teaches us to embrace adversity as a tool for inner strength and gratitude, making each moment more meaningful. This approach, rooted in Stoic philosophy, transforms adversity from a source of frustration into a catalyst for growth. By reminding ourselves each morning of the potential hardships we may face, we prepare our minds to meet them with calm and patience. It's not about inviting negativity, but recognizing that difficulties are part of life's fabric. When we anticipate challenges, we strengthen our ability to respond with compassion rather than irritation, understanding rather than resentment. Moreover, by contemplating the temporary nature of all we hold dear, we cultivate a profound appreciation for the present. This exercise trains us not to cling to things or people as permanent fixtures, which prevents us from taking them for granted. Instead, we learn to love without attachment, valuing every moment and relationship more deeply. Marcus Aurelius encourages us not to deny life's darker elements, but to let them remind us of what truly matters. In this way, even obstacles become reminders of our own resilience and our capacity to live with gratitude, turning ordinary days into opportunities for strength and mindfulness. Number 4, cultivate inner citadel. Seneca's insight that the greatest power we have is the power of choosing our thoughts reminds us of the profound strength that lies within our own minds. This ability to control our thoughts acts as the ultimate fortress, a resilient stronghold that remains intact even when the world around us is in turmoil. In Stoicism, this inner citadel represents a sanctuary of stability and peace that can't be breached by external forces. Building this fortress requires daily reflection, a practice where we evaluate our emotions and reactions, learning to align them with reason. By doing so, we fortify ourselves against fear, frustration, and anger, the forces that erode inner peace. When we uphold principles such as honesty, humility, and resilience, they serve as our guards, defending our minds from thoughts that may lead us astray. In this way, our minds become an unassailable fortress, one we can retreat to at any time, assured that no external chaos can penetrate or diminish the strength we've cultivated within. This fortress of thought is not merely a passive shelter. It actively shapes our perceptions and responses to life's challenges. Seneca encourages us to engage with our thoughts critically, recognizing that they are often the source of our distress. By choosing to focus on what is within our control, our reactions and decisions, we empower ourselves to navigate adversity with clarity and strength. Instead of succumbing to panic or despair, we can choose to respond with calmness and wisdom. Moreover, the practice of mindfulness plays a crucial role in maintaining this inner citadel. By regularly checking in with ourselves, we can identify negative thought patterns and replace them with constructive, empowering beliefs. This mindful awareness not only strengthens our fortress, but also cultivates a deeper understanding of ourselves and our motivations. In times of uncertainty, when external circumstances threaten to overwhelm us, we can retreat into our mental stronghold, where reason and reflection reign supreme. Here, we can remind ourselves of our core values and principles, using them as a lens through which to view our experiences. This perspective allows us to reframe challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. Ultimately, by embracing Seneca's teachings, we discover that the true power lies not in external circumstances, but in our ability to master our own thoughts. This realization transforms our approach to life, enabling us to face trials with fortitude and grace. In cultivating this mental fortress, we find that we are not merely surviving the chaos of the world. We are thriving within it, anchored by the unwavering strength of our minds. Number 5. Live according to nature. The Stoic sage Zeno profoundly asserted that true happiness emanates from living in agreement with nature, a concept that transcends the simplistic notion of environmental harmony. This alignment involves embracing the fundamental laws of existence that govern our lives and the universe. It requires us to accept that change is an inherent part of the human experience, recognizing that everything is in a constant state of flux. Death, too, must be viewed not as an end to be feared, but as a natural transition that is essential to the cycle of life. By acknowledging that challenges and adversities are woven into the very fabric of existence, we cultivate resilience and strength. This acceptance, rather than leading to resignation, fosters a profound sense of freedom. When we cease to fight against the uncontrollable aspects of life and instead align ourselves with the rhythms of nature, we unlock the ability to respond to situations with equanimity. Thus, happiness is found not in the absence of difficulty, but in our capacity to embrace it, navigate through it, and ultimately find peace in our journey. This Stoic perspective encourages us to cultivate a mindset that views obstacles as opportunities for growth rather than as insurmountable barriers. By reframing our relationship with adversity, we begin to see that each challenge is a chance to develop virtues such as patience, courage, and wisdom. Zeno's teachings remind us that our inner tranquility is not contingent upon external circumstances, but rather rooted in our understanding and acceptance of life's inherent uncertainties. Furthermore, living in agreement with nature involves recognizing our interconnectedness with the world around us. It calls for an appreciation of the larger tapestry of life, where every event, person, and experience plays a role in our personal development. By aligning ourselves with this natural order, we foster a sense of belonging and purpose that transcends the individual self. This broader perspective allows us to navigate life's ups and downs with grace, understanding that our personal struggles are part of a greater human experience shared by all. Ultimately, Zeno's insight invites us to cultivate a harmonious relationship with existence itself. This means letting go of the illusion of control and embracing the flow of life with an open heart and mind. In doing so, we discover a reservoir of peace within, realizing that true happiness is not a destination to be reached, but a state of being that arises when we align ourselves with the nature of reality. As we practice this alignment, we become more resilient, adaptable, and compassionate, leading us to a life rich in meaning and fulfillment, regardless of the circumstances we face. Number 6. Transform fear through reason. Seneca's profound insight that we suffer more often in imagination than in reality encapsulates a crucial tenet of Stoic philosophy: the power of perspective. Often, our minds magnify fears and anxieties, transforming them into daunting specters that loom large over our lives. When we shine the illuminating light of reason upon these fears, we often find they are mere shadows, illusions crafted by our imagination rather than concrete threats. Training ourselves to interrogate these fears involves embracing a disciplined inquiry into their validity. Ask yourself, what evidence supports this fear? Is it based on facts, or is it a projection of my worries? In doing so, we uncover that many fears are exaggerated, often revolving around scenarios that may never come to pass. What remains after this examination is either something we can confront and overcome, or an issue truly beyond our control. The latter, Seneca reminds us, is not worth our anxiety. By adopting this rational approach, we liberate ourselves from the chains of imagined suffering, allowing us to navigate life's challenges with greater clarity and composure. Number 7. Practice daily discipline. Musonius Rufus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, emphasized that virtue is not just an abstract concept or theoretical knowledge to be studied. It is fundamentally about how we live our lives and apply these principles in practice. To embody this philosophy, one must engage actively with life rather than passively contemplating it. This means rising before dawn, embracing the discomfort of early mornings, and taking the harder path, even when easier options are readily available. By consistently choosing discipline over comfort, we train ourselves to overcome our base instincts and desires. Each small victory, whether it's resisting a temptation, pushing through a challenging task, or sticking to a commitment, acts as a building block for our character. These cumulative successes not only fortify our resolve, but also lay the groundwork for more significant triumphs in life, fostering a deeper sense of fulfillment and virtue that resonates far beyond the immediate actions we take. In essence, to live stoically is to practice virtue actively and intentionally, turning philosophy into a lived reality that shapes our actions and our character. Number 8. Seek growth in every setback. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This powerful assertion by Marcus Aurelius serves as a profound reminder of the transformative potential hidden within life's challenges. When we encounter obstacles, our initial instinct may be to view them as hindrances that thwart our progress. However, Aurelius prompts us to shift our perspective, urging us to recognize that these very obstacles can catalyze growth and development. For instance, losing a job might initially seem devastating, but it can also serve as a pivotal moment to reevaluate our passions and redirect our energies toward a career that truly fulfills us. Similarly, facing rejection can feel disheartening, yet it can also fortify our determination and resilience, pushing us to refine our skills and approach until we achieve our goals. Each setback is not merely an impediment. It is an opportunity to cultivate strength, creativity, and adaptability. By embracing this Stoic mindset, we can transform our relationship with adversity, realizing that within each challenge lies the potential for significant advancement and self-discovery. In this way, what stands in our way indeed becomes the path forward, guiding us toward greater achievements and deeper understanding of ourselves. Number 9. Cultivate cosmic perspective. When Hierocles articulated the concept of expanding circles of concern, he urged us to see ourselves not as isolated beings, but as integral parts of a broader cosmic tapestry. This perspective encourages us to recognize that our individual struggles and anxieties are often magnified by our limited viewpoint. When we zoom out to view our lives within the vast expanse of the universe, our troubles diminish to their rightful size. This shift in perspective allows us to realize that our worries are transient and often trivial in the grand scheme of things. However, Hierocles emphasized that while our troubles may shrink, the impact of our actions does not. When we act with virtue and reason, those actions create ripples that extend beyond our immediate surroundings, influencing the lives of others and shaping the world in profound ways. Such actions resonate throughout the fabric of existence, leaving a legacy that transcends time and space. Thus, by aligning our lives with the principles of Stoicism, we not only gain peace amidst personal strife, but also contribute positively to the greater whole, reminding us that our lives are interconnected and that our virtuous choices hold immortal significance. Number 10. Embrace mortality as motivation. In his Meditations, Marcus Aurelius famously stated, "You could leave life right now," a powerful reminder of our mortality that can profoundly influence how we choose to live each day. Instead of allowing this truth to cast a shadow of despair over our lives, we should embrace it as a source of motivation and energy. Recognizing the fleeting nature of our existence transforms every moment into a precious gift, urging us to approach life with a heightened sense of appreciation and urgency. By adopting the mindset that each action might be our last, we cultivate a focused intention in everything we do. This perspective encourages us to prioritize what truly matters: our relationships, our passions, and our values, over trivial concerns. When we live with this awareness, we are more likely to make conscious choices that align with our deepest aspirations and contribute meaningfully to the world around us. Ultimately, this Stoic approach empowers us to live fully and authentically, celebrating life as an extraordinary journey that deserves our utmost attention and respect. The path of the Stoics is not one of passive acceptance, but of active engagement with life's greatest challenges. It demands everything from us: our focus, our discipline, our courage. Yet it offers something extraordinary in return: unshakable peace, immovable purpose, and the power to transform any circumstance into an opportunity for growth. As Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do. The choice now lies before you. Will you continue to be swept along by the currents of circumstance, or will you take the helm of your life through the timeless principles that have guided humanity's greatest minds?" The ancient Stoics remind us that true power lies not in controlling the world, but in mastering ourselves. In this mastery, we find not just improvement, but transformation, not just success, but fulfillment. The path is clear. The wisdom is tested. The only question that remains is, are you ready to begin?